can you guess who I am today? Yes, I am Annabelle. Woo! Finally, right? You know, I just feel like it's about time I dress up as Annabelle. But I'm kind of my own version. I mean, I'm inspired obviously by the real doll, the real Raggedy Ann doll, but obviously she didn't have pigtails. And she also didn't have suspenders that, these are actually from a Wizard of Oz costume, like a Dorothy Gale costume, but I just thought it was good. I thought it was really cute, and yeah, I just thought it was different. I kind of wanted to be more like the sassy Annabelle, so. Hey girl, you like my costume? I'm you! Yeah, you like it? Girl, yeah, she likes it, so it means you're not mad at me anymore. So you're actually gonna talk to me, you're not mad because I have Amelia behind me. Yes, I named her Amelia. So you're friends with Amelia now? You're not gonna be mad and jealous of me and Amelia's relationship anymore. Oh, Annabelle! You guys probably think I'm a complete psycho. Well, I am a psycho, and I'm proud of it. So this video is all about haunted dolls that are being sold on eBay. That's the title of this video, so I'm assuming you guys already knew that when you clicked the video. But first I'm gonna get into my Annabelle because I have so many questions about her. And you know, people are like, oh my god, how do you have that doll? She's evil, she's haunted, she's this, she's that, there's a demon inside of her. The demon's gonna get inside of you. That's why you like the doll so much, because the demon's feeding off of your energy and then you're gonna turn into a demon, or like the demon's gonna possess me. No! My doll is not the real Annabelle. The real Annabelle doll is locked up at the Warrens Occult Museum in Connecticut. My doll is just a replica. At least I think so. I've had my doll for what, 2 years now? I think I got her like 2 years ago. Wow, time sure does fly. I wanted my own Annabelle doll for the longest time. You know, I was thinking about it for so long. I was like, maybe I could get one and, you know, make videos with it and stuff, and the doll could be a part of my channel. And, you know, it took me a while to kind of be like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So then I went online, you know, eBay, Amazon, and I finally found her. And you guys know I'm a huge fan of the story. I'm a huge fan of the Annabelle the movie. I'm a huge fan of The Conjuring. I was online for hours just comparing the picture with Lorraine Warren with the real Annabelle. I had that in like a separate tab on my computer, then I opened up all these new tabs, and you know, I was just really comparing because I really wanted a complete replica. And she has the same outfit as the original Annabelle. I believe she is the same size as the real Annabelle. It's kind of hard to tell, but the real Annabelle does look like she's this size, maybe slightly bigger, maybe slightly smaller. If anything, I think the real one would be slightly bigger, but they are pretty much the same size and they look identical. And yeah, so this is her. If you want to see like the whole thing. A lot of you guys are always asking me if I'm scared of my Annabelle doll, if I'm terrified, like how do I have this thing with me? How do I sleep at night? How did I have her sitting in my background for a few videos, just sitting there looking at you guys? And a lot of you guys ask me the same thing about Amelia. You're like, how do you just like film a video with her behind you? And you know, she is creepy, but she's nice, she's fine. She just wants to be your friend, so don't be scared. But getting into Annabelle, when I first ordered her online, like I bought her and everything, and then it just said like how long it will take for me to receive her. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous. I actually was like, oh my god, Brittany, what did you do? What if it really is a possessed doll? You know, what if you're bringing a demon into your house? One of the really weird things, and I find it very interesting as well, is I actually bought my doll from somebody named Annabelle. So I think that was I thought that was really weird. I thought it was cool, but I thought it was kind of creepy. At the same time, you know, I'm buying an Annabelle doll from someone named Annabelle. So what if it's actually the doll from the Warrens Occult Museum who has like their own eBay account and selling themselves to me, you know? Like when the Warrens or whoever runs the museum during the day, whatever, leaves at nighttime and Annabelle's sitting in her little box. Does she have a computer that's hidden? She has her own eBay and she's selling haunted items online. Did she just sell something to me? That's honestly what I was thinking. I was thinking all these crazy things in my head. It took about 3 weeks, I would say, for the doll to arrive at my house. So I actually just came back from a dinner party and Annabelle was at my house. It was a huge box and I was like, oh my god, that's Annabelle. And I remember just staring at the box for a few minutes and I was like, oh my god, she's here. Do I open it? Like, how do I open it? Do I just stare at it for a while? Like, I'm so scared she's gonna come out and be like, hey, I tricked you. I'm actually the real one. So I started opening the box and I kind of looked in and I saw her. She was folded up. Then I took her out and this is like how, you know, I took her out and I was just looking at her like, oh my god, she's here. And I was kind of freaking out a bit and I kind of put her down on the couch. So I was looking at her and I was just like, holy crap, what did I get myself into? You know, so I was like, I'll be honest, I was actually a little creeped out at first, but I thought it was so cool and I was so excited to get my doll. I also posted a picture on Instagram that day I got the doll and I was just like, woo, I got my Annabelle doll, and I was all happy and stuff. I was also really scared to fall asleep that night. I was just so scared that I was gonna wake up and she was like gonna be on my chest, like trying to strangle me or something like that. So that night I was actually in my bed just laying there and I actually had Annabelle beside me, not laying beside me, she was just kind of like sitting beside me, and I was just on my phone replying to your comments on YouTube, you know, retweeting you guys, tweeting to your tweets, replying to your Instagram comments too. And I guess I just fell asleep. I guess I was just so tired. I don't even remember falling asleep, so I fell asleep in my makeup and my clothes and I just passed out. And it was the next morning and I woke up and she was just staring at me when I woke up. So that was the first thing I saw when I woke up and it startled me. I was like, oh my god. So then I was thinking, holy crap, I just slept beside Annabelle the whole night, my first night, and I was actually scared to do that. I have this hot pink chair and I decided, you know, that's gonna be Annabelle's chair because I want her to just kind of sit in a chair, and you know how like in the real story they would find her with her legs crossed and her arms crossed and stuff like that. So that's actually how I leave her. I always have her in that crossed leg position and like her arms crossed. I know that might sound really crazy to you guys. That's just what I do. That's how I leave her on display. So moving on, you know, the whole day was fine. There's nothing weird with Annabelle. You know, I went to sleep that night, but the next morning, and I cannot explain this. This is the only weird thing that has ever happened with my doll, and I swear by it. And I think I also mentioned it in a video a long time ago, just briefly mentioned it, and I just, you know, I kind of forgot about it after that, you know? But this is the only thing that's really weird. So the next morning when I woke up, I just kind of, because you know when you get a new thing in the mail or whatever, or especially a haunted doll like Annabelle, you're kind of always eyeing it and just being like, okay, you know, because I was creeped out, I really was. So I woke up the next morning and then I went to just kind of grab Annabelle, I don't know why, and she was wet on her face. Like there was water on her face and there was water on her hand. Hold on, I'm just trying to remember. I think it was this hand and it was damp and I don't know, and there was water just on like all up here, but it was like in her, kind of, if that makes any sense. So it was just damp. It was almost like I grabbed like a cloth that's like soaked with water and I just kind of dabbed it on her, but it was all on her forehead and it was like around her mouth area, I believe. I have no idea how water got onto her. Like, I don't know what that was. So that's the only thing that I will say that happened with my doll that was really weird and I can't explain it. But after that, nothing has ever happened. You know, it's been 2 years. Alright, so now let's get into other dolls and this like crazy thing that's been going on eBay for a long time now, but I just decided to talk about it now because you guys are always asking me about my Annabelle doll and stuff like that. I am completely fascinated by haunted dolls. I just think they're so crazy, you know, it's just so insane, you know, hearing these stories. You know, the dolls I've talked about, Annabelle, Robert, Harold, Pupa, who else? Amanda, you know, they all have this unique story to them, but in some ways they are very similar. Not just because they're dolls. They just all do very similar things. Some are very evil, like Annabelle. Some are very nice, like Mandy. So there is a huge group of people in the world that are so fascinated with haunted dolls that they want their own. And people are purchasing them off eBay. You know, they'll purchase them, they'll see if they're haunted. If they're not haunted, they'll send them back. They'll go buy another one, bring it home, you know, do the same thing. Is it haunted? Test it out, you know, see if anything weird happens, maybe do like some spirit box session with it, whatever, seeing if it's real. And if it's not, they'll send it back. You know, they get mad. And some people have purchased these dolls for their kids and being like, oh my god, thank you so much, like this doll is awesome, it's haunted, I gave it to my 6-year-old daughter, she loves it, she calls it Christina. I read a story like that, or she calls it Christina, she's having so much fun with it, oh my god, you know, it's such a nice spirit in that doll. You know, I think that is just crazy. I think that's absolutely terrifying, you know, buying a haunted doll for your child and you bought it online on eBay from somebody who claims it's a haunted doll. So I have my phone with me right now. I'm actually on eBay. So there's one doll named Pouty Peggy, and she is a haunted doll, as they say. There's a haunted doll Matilda, antique composition, very active. Haunted doll Teresa, authentic, very active spirit. Haunted clown doll Last, one of the dolls found in attic. Haunted porcelain doll with stand, host vessel for a female young woman. Haunted 13-inch tall doll, spirit vessel, supernatural, paranormal powers. Haunted doll Trinity, authentic, very active spirit. Haunted doll David. You know, it's just so crazy, all these dolls that people are claiming are haunted and they're selling them. Spirit of Maria, dark energy. You know, they'll tell you if it's like a dark energy, if it's a good spirit, a bad spirit. So the people that want to buy the bad spirited haunted dolls, oh, beyond me. But then you guys like, you bought Annabelle, but mine's not real, mine's not haunted. She's very nice. I have the nice Annabelle. That doll right there looks like Harold the doll. So it's very active. It looks just like Harold the doll. Bobby haunted doll, active spirit of a young child. I just think it's so crazy that there's a lot of adults out there buying these haunted dolls that are, you know, they could be haunted by a child's spirit and they're giving it to their own children to play with so their kids can have a friend. You know, I just think that's a little dangerous and a little creepy, because I don't think that these people are, well, I shouldn't say they're not like paranormal investigators. You know, they don't know much about the paranormal. I think a lot of them do, because why else would you really want a haunted doll? You want to see if it's haunted. But there's a lot of people who collect these haunted dolls and they communicate with them. There was one story I read and someone bought a haunted doll and they absolutely love it. They bought it from eBay. They absolutely love it and now they're friends with the doll. I'm not sure how old this person was, but I think they're probably in their 20s or something. And they said that they're friends with the doll. They talk to this doll and they want to buy more. There's also been a lot of people that say that they buy these haunted dolls and then they receive the haunted doll and it's not haunted and they get so mad so they send it back because they don't want a fake one. They want a real haunted doll in their house. I don't know, I just find it so crazy, but I find it so interesting, you know, reading people's stories about how much they want a haunted doll, like a real haunted doll. They just want to buy it and keep it in their house, and people have collections. It's just madness. So my question for you guys is, do any of you own a real haunted doll, or do you know anybody who's purchased a haunted doll from eBay or anywhere else on the internet? You know, I'm really curious. I want to know. So let me know. Let me know in the comment section below, because I just find it so crazy. This has been going on for a long time. This isn't like a new thing. I just thought it was really interesting. Just kind of been doing my research on it, reading people's personal stories with their haunted dolls they purchased, and I just thought it was something really interesting to share. And I know you guys like my haunted doll videos, and I'll have more haunted doll videos in the future, so don't worry. I absolutely love filming those videos for you guys. They're so much fun. I'm gonna turn off my phone now because those haunted dolls are starting to scare me. Their pictures. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching once again. It means the absolute world to me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed my little Annabelle story. It's kind of a bit of a story time video, I guess you could say. Hashtag team Brittany44. All of my links are in the description box below. My Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram. Yes, woo! Thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.